Good morning, it's May 18th, 2020. I'm here at Big Oak Canyon and it's about time for an update. So, let's see what's been going on here, some of the new things on the land. It is drizzling a little bit this morning, that's why you can see all the clouds over here. I'm getting a little wet on the shoulders here. There's so many new wildflowers out here. We've got right here California buckwheat, yellow bush penstemon. We've got golden yarrow down here. And let's take a look at the hillside over there. There's still some mustard and things blooming. And the white sage here is flowering. There's been a gray fox that's been pooping all over the place. Look at this. Here's a little scat right here with some berry seeds in it. Over here another one. Over here the Chaparral Honeysuckle is blooming. Oh, and the profusion of sticky monkey flower blooming over here. And you know, one of the things that's unique to monkey flower that you can do is, if you see this little white center in the flower there, that's the pistil, the female part. And if you pretend you're a bee and you just got some pollen and then you're landing on this flower, and if you land right inside of there and touch that pistil, it closes up. And here's one of my favorites right here, Indian pink or silene. Silene, silene, silene. Here's a newt walking around. It's the middle of May, but it's drizzling this morning, so they're out walking around. Here's a nice little new zone that I've made, all these new benches, and this is at our story bench. Here's a new compost pile that I've made inside of these big old compost boxes that are 4 feet cubed. And what I do here is take everybody's food scraps and hay and wood chips and crushed up charcoal or biochar, mix it all together, and it starts decomposing. First it gets really hot. Right now it says it's about 144, but it runs about 15 degrees low, so it's almost 160 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Maybe you can see the steam coming off of there, I don't know. It feels really hot when I stick my hand down in there. I've made all these holes in the pile for aeration, so the air gets down in there and helps all the microorganisms break it down. I've been watching this pair of gnatcatchers, which is this tiny little bird that whenever the scrub jays pass through, the gnatcatchers will alarm at them because the jays are egg thieves. And so they keep calling from the same place in the morning and all day, and I found their nest here. I climbed up the tree when I noticed they were off the nest, so I didn't disturb them. It's got 3 little eggs, and I've been watching the birds gather nest materials. They'll find some spider webs and gather those, and some hair and some lichen, and this is what it looks like. So all the birds have been making their nests and laying eggs and having babies, but also the lizards are doing the same thing. This is a little nest that a lizard dug. And another one over here. You can see the mound where they threw all the dirt from when she was digging. And then inside the hole has kind of a flat bottom, which lizards make. You can tell it's a lizard burrow because it has kind of that flat bottom, rather than just a round hole going into the ground. I'm trying to grow all these different edible mushrooms now. These 4 are wild ones from here. And here's the most developed one right here, which is the morel. You can see how those little white dots are the mycelium, which is kind of the roots of the fungus, which is growing all throughout this. I put sawdust and some grain in there. Soon, hopefully, the mushrooms will be fruiting and I will have some morels to eat. Here's some little baby oyster mushrooms that are growing right now in the compost. A little look at some of the things growing in the garden right now. There's the dragon fruit cactus growing right here. I put in some gourds. These are little gourd sprouts. There's rosemary. Over here here's my three sister plants growing nicely. Corn, garbanzos, anasazi beans, cucumbers. And let's see. Over here, the peas are still going a little bit. Still some nice peas. I'm gonna save those, let them go to seed and dry out so that I can save them. There's a lot of alfalfa right now up in the orchard. It's got these beautiful purple flowers, but they have some nectar in them and they're really nice to add some color into some salads. The wheat is getting pretty close to finishing. It's still green, but pretty soon I'll be able to harvest it. Up here in the garden, my flax, which I use to make linen, it's about ready to pull out. Here's how to pull it out. You just yank it up like this, and then you dry it out. Here's some more flax that I already harvested, and maybe in another video I'll show you how to spin it and weave it into linen. And here's one of the favorites of the kids, these mountain dandelions, which are not true dandelions, but they're huge. Goodbye, goodbye, blessings on your way. May the sun shine bright in your hearts today.